Guys, everything in Fortnite just got nerfed, including the brand new bosses, and this is huge, and brings back a really big problem in the entire game people have been facing since the very first nerf. But what has Fortnite actually nerfed? Well, starting with the medallions, we got a nerf for the spring leg medallion that decreases the jump by 27% and increases the energy used for jumping by 50%. Then the surge medallion boost got nerfed by 8% and the slide by 50%. And this really just stinks, as I thought the medallions were perfect, and even if they are a little OP, anyone can get them, so it really shouldn't matter. But then we got a bunch of damage decreases, just a bunch of nerfs and spawns like that. But what I would like to point out is the Wrecker Revolver, and how it got nerfed a bunch, yet is still like the best gun in the game. And like I said, here's the list of everything that did get nerfed, and like I said, the Wrecker Revolver, it's still one of the best guns in the game, so, people are still going to use that a lot more, especially other than the other shotgun. It's still one of my favorite guns. Now, the bosses around the map have been even, honestly the biggest nerf. So, basically, where the queen is, or the queen bug around the map, has been nerfed, where if you are playing solos to squads, the health varies. And starting with solos, the health went from 3,000 HP to 2,250, then duos 4,500 to 4,005, trios 5,700 to 5,107.5, and then squads 6,600 HP to 6,007.5 HP. So this is kind of nice. It just makes bosses a little easier, just to kill. And like I said, it does vary and has been decreased. But this being honestly the best nerf of the entire game, is it helps everyone and doesn't just kind of, pick at different guns that don't really need to be nerfed. But this also kind of brings an annoying question to the game, as why Fortnite always nerfs things. Things have been nerfed for a long time now, and it just kind of brings a question why they don't just keep it, have the decreases before, unless they're just testing it out. And I don't really realize why they don't just test it out before, when they're making the season. But I don't know, this could all just kind of be a me thing, but I'm not really sure. But I also think, anyone can get these guns, so I don't really see why they need to be nerfed. If it's still going to be the best gun in the game, why, mess with it a whole lot. But let me know what you guys, think about the entire nerfs and everything, and what you think they shouldn't have nerfed and should still nerf, down in the comments. And while you're down there, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.